Welcome, beautiful people, to tonight's Joe Biden Town Hall after party. We're having political tarot and a live chat. And for those on replay, I would love to hear from you in the comments. What was your favorite takeaway or favorite phrase from the Joe Biden Town Hall today? Mine is I loved when he said, "Make America first has made America alone again." And I like the way that he handled the question about foreign policy and the fact that our allies and at NATO are essentially laughing at us. So I'm very pleased that when Joe Biden becomes president, our new administration will reunify our ties with our allies. Yes, this is great. Please type your, if you're listening in the live stream, please type your political tarot questions in the live chat, and we'll have some great topics for tonight. I would love to hear from you what political topics you'd like to request that the tarot share with us. Thank you very much. So I'm very pleased that there's been a very high voter turnout, and a lot of people have been showing up to vote early. And so, unfortunately, there has been some election interference and some ballot harvesting, fake ballot drop boxes being put up in the state of California, and other various improprieties going on. But I want to assure you that it is safe to vote and vote by mail. And in order for your vote to be counted, please make sure that you follow the deadlines for your state, because every state and county has a different set of election rules. So what would we like to read on tonight? What would we like to read on tonight here in our political tarot? Is there going to be another debate? Good question. Will there be a debate between Trump and Biden next week? Because I guess they couldn't agree on the format tonight. It was going to be virtual because the president has been said that he's caught a contagious infection. So tonight we have a town hall instead. Will there be a live presidential debate next week? Because I think there was one. The final date is October 22nd. And then we're going to look at whether or not Biden is going to be able to clean up the damage at court, because I think that the confirmation hearings are probably going to go through for the new Supreme Court justice. Will there be a second presidential debate? Will there be another final debate between Trump and Biden on the 22nd? Will there be a presidential debate on October 22nd between Biden and Trump. Let's cut this 3 times. This is a Knight of Cups. This is a group, and this is very emotional. So this looks like there is a strong contingency in the media, because the cups actually represents the media. So this is saying that if they want to have a debate, the media will support them and will be there to make it happen. Will there be a second presidential debate between Trump and Biden on October 22nd? This is good. The overseeing for the reading is the Page of Cups, which is the debate. This is basically the debate. This is the debate which is being televised next week on the 22nd. This is the 10 of Wands, which is the foundation of the reading, which says that it's going to be a lot of work to negotiate between the two staffs, between the Biden campaign staff and Trump's campaign staff. It's going to be really hard for them to negotiate and cut the deal for the October 22nd to come to an agreement. Because this other debate was canceled. This is the recent past. This is basically the two candidates' parties walking away from the debate tonight. So we had the town hall in its stead. Right now, one of the campaigns is taking a stand about doing the debate on October 22nd. So let's have some clarity on that. Which campaign has a strong stance in favor of doing the debate on the 22nd? Which campaign is taking a strong stand that, yes, we are doing the presidential debate? This is the party of the people. This is the party that contains all the news and all the ops and all the cries from all the people. This is actually a dark side of the world card. The moon also means that the people who aren't seen and heard normally really want this debate to go on. So I would say that would be Joe Biden's campaign. In the end, there will be a decision and a judgment made by the presidential campaign committee whether or not there will be a debate. Will they make a decision in favor of the debate, or will they be forced to cancel it? Will the presidential campaign committee be forced to cancel it? And a sudden death. This is actually the 8. Actually, this is not a sudden death. This is the 8 of Swords. And 8 is a lot of obstructions and stopping and stopping and stopping and stopping and stopping. So it's going to be stopping and starting and stopping and starting and back and forth and back and forth. In the end, though, it looks like the candidate, Joe Biden's, going to be stopped from having the actual second presidential debate. That's what the cards are saying. Thank you for coming tonight to Alternative Health Tarot. I'd love to meet you. You're welcome to say hello in the live chat and ask any political tarot questions. This is the Joe Biden Town Hall After Party. I'm going to shuffle the cards here for you guys so we could take the next set of political questions. If you'd like, you can join the live chat and ask your political question. Okay. I think the next topic is going to be about how Joe Biden and the new administration is going to handle the situation at court. I did a reading about that, and he does not want to add more justices. However, there's going to be a lot of entities pressuring him to add more seats to the Supreme Court. And what I got is that it's best, or it's better, for him to take care of the two positions that were assigned or nominated and confirmed recently under the 45th president. So I would like to ask again, and thanks for coming. Thanks for the likes, you guys. I appreciate everybody dropping by. I'm going to ask, let's just ask if the SCOTUS confirmation hearings are going to proceed between now and the election, or if they're going to be put on hold until after the election. It is possible she will be nominated during a lame duck term, which means that Donald Trump will lose the election, but still be able to have his SCOTUS nomination confirmed. All right. So, will the SCOTUS hearings, because I think that it's actually, her confirmation hearing is set for October 22nd. Will the new judge who's been nominated be confirmed before the presidential election on November 3rd? Will the confirmation hearings proceed, and will, I can't even say her name, the nominee, the candidate, be confirmed before November 3rd? Will the confirmations hearings proceed, and will the nomination for the new Supreme Court justice be confirmed before November 3rd? It's all about the money. She basically bought this position because it turns out that there's evidence that she has actually been either violating some sort of campaign finance laws. And so the truth about her money and her money connections are out. That's what that says. Will the SCOTUS confirmation hearings proceed, and will they confirm the nominee before November 3rd? There's no yes cards here. This doesn't look like that's going to happen. The essence of the reading is taking the stand. This is the fight. These are people who are saying this is happening far too quickly. The quorum may or may not be met. This is saying that there's a possibility that the October 22nd confirmation hearing might not happen. Why? Because the Six of Swords says that evidence is being moved overseas right now. There is a lot of damning evidence against the nominee. And so the party that wants to confirm her, it looks like needs time to gather evidence and move evidence. Okay, because there's recently started an investigation into her dark money ties. I think it was both Blumenthal and it was actually Senator Whitehouse who brought this up, that this is very serious, her dark money ties. And we found out about the fact that she has deep, dark secrets and ties to the GOP that are not legitimate. This is an investigation that actually began most likely in the very last month on this woman. At this moment, this is actually Mitch McConnell, the leader of the Congress and the Senate majority. He's pushing for this. At this moment, he wants to move the confirmation hearing forward to the 22nd. He wants it to happen. However, karma and what is right, morality, ethics, judgment is going to overtake us. Actually, this is an act of a higher power. A blessing from on high is going to overrule somehow this event on October 22nd. So it looks like it's well within the realm of possibility that the hearing won't take place on the 22nd. Now, please keep in mind this is for entertainment purposes only and just a reading off a set of tarot cards. And thanks for the likes, everybody. Thanks for coming to the Joe Biden after party. Don't be shy. You're welcome to chat if you have any political questions. Thank you so much for coming tonight. That does not look like the Senate confirmation hearing is going to proceed well at all on the 22nd. Actually, my reading says that there is a higher power, a blessing from on high that is going to overrule Mitch McConnell's hasty date that's set for next week because there is an investigation into her. That's right. Now, the next question I would like to ask is, will Joe Biden take action to impeach Judge Kavanaugh? Because he actually was not legitimately placed in his seat. So let's do a reading on Joe Biden. Will Joe Biden pursue Supreme Court Justice Brett Kavanaugh and have him unbenched? Will Joe Biden take action against Brett Kavanaugh? Will Joe Biden take action? Now we're starting to sing. I can feel the cards singing. Thanks for coming tonight, you guys. Will Joe Biden pursue action against Brett Kavanaugh and have him taken off the bench? These are the secrets about Brett Kavanaugh. This is actually the evidence that's being hidden about Brett Kavanaugh. This is saying that there is more dirt on Brett Kavanaugh than we are even aware of. Wow, you guys. And it's all about dirty money and money laundering and the GOP. Oh my gosh, it's the Seven of Wands. Once again, Joe Biden standing up for the people. This is Joe Biden standing up for the people against all the corruption at the Supreme Court. I mean, this is 3 equal branches of government in our United States Constitution. And we're talking about the SCOTUS Supreme Court being taken over by dark money. Evidence on Brett Kavanaugh that we're not even aware of. Joe Biden's going to stand up for us. He's going to take the stand. That's right, because he's sitting in the position of his wish, his hope, and his dream fulfilled. He has won the presidency. He is winning the presidency. He is being inaugurated in January. And yes, justice is coming. Yes, because in the recent past, the people have spoken. Also, the higher powers in the spirit and morality and ethics, the truth has spoken. The judgment has come against Donald Trump. When Joe Biden takes his position as our new president, it will be because the people made the judgment and they voted en masse. I mean, we're having record voter turnout right now. At this very moment, here it is again. Brett Kavanaugh and the Supreme Court justices, including the new nominee, are busy trying to rid the evidence. This is them like shredding evidence, deleting emails, moving data. They're running away. Look, they're trying to escape They want to get away. They actually want to get out of this. I keep getting that Brett Kavanaugh wants to get out of his position. In the end, it will be the America and the United States Constitution that wins. Yes, Joe Biden is going to pursue Brett Kavanaugh at the Supreme Court, and the United States Constitution will be restored under the new cabinet. We get a whole new cabinet, people. We don't just get rid of a corrupt president. We get rid of all of his cabinet members. Betsy DeVos, William Barr, it's bye to them all. So who else was able to watch the Biden town hall meeting today? I loved what he said. Make America First has made America alone. Aww. Does anyone have any political questions? Please type them in the live chat. And welcome to all the new viewers. My name is Alexia. I'm a 5-star rated healer. Things are looking up. Let's look at the mood of America when Joe Biden wins the election. Let's see what it's going to be like to have the end of this. I was just recounting how lovely it was, the energy watching the town hall tonight, to be around someone who is sane and filled with compassion, who just acts normal, to be perfectly honest. I know it's been extremely engaging. Mr. Trump is very entertaining. He's better off, being the host of a TV show from his special cell in his mind. But the truth is, to have compassion for others might not be as exciting. It may not be as exciting as watching all that rage. And I had an unbelievable and unconditional level of calm wash over me in the past week, knowing that things are changing and the tide is turning, and this crazy world is going to be righted. It's going to be coming back. It's going to be a lot of work. We're going to have to work together. Let me get some water. I need to drink water. Hold on a sec. Thanks for coming, you guys. So as I mentioned, I have a complete feeling of calmness. And I know I actually blocked at Real Donald Trump on my Twitter account. I don't need that kind of stimulation. We've all been overstimulated. And it has its entertainment factor. However, in the end, the dysfunction and the dystopia we're living in, it's not worth it. The calmness and the quiet, it may seem foreign to us right now after all this madness in the news. So I want to be grateful and appreciate the energy of Joe Biden and how calm it's going to be and how safe it's going to be, because Joe Biden is here. Obviously, the other message I really got from him is we're no longer going to be the red and blue states. We're going to be the United States of America again. We're all going to be together. Yeah, nobody's going to care anymore We're all going to be here for each other to help clean up the mess. So let's look at how people are going to feel, how American citizens are going to feel. Yeah, let's just tap into the vibe of our feeling when Joe Biden wins. Yeah, the first week of November, it's days away, you guys. Like, I'm looking at my calendar, you can count the days. It's down to 18 days till, yeah. So how's it going to feel? How's it going to feel? Oh, it's going to be sad because we're going to have a lot of unhappiness to deal with because Donald Trump's not going to concede. No. But once we work all that out and Joe Biden is now elected president, how is it going to feel? How is it going to feel to the American people? How's it going to feel? Oh, it's going to feel flush. It's going to feel like we're going to flourish. It's going to feel like a brand new start. It's going to feel prosperous. It's going to feel like our money stuff is coming together. Yeah, I'll bet you Wall Street's going to be thrilled. I understand that they're so tired of this dysfunction, they can hardly wait for Biden to take over. So this is people who are going to be relieved about their money problems. Yeah, we're going to have so much. We're going to feel so much better about our money stuff. We're going to have relief, economic, immediate, quick relief. We still have the influence and of the hold and the ties to the Trump administration. I hate to say it, but the Joe Biden presidency's foundation and how we feel is actually once again tied to evil influences. Which is left over from the Donald Trump campaign. At the time when Joe Biden becomes president, the ties of the deep state that have been seated like strings wrapped around democracy are going to be still have a strong hold. That's what that's saying. The people and the Joe Biden campaign is victorious on election night. This is the card of victory. Yes, Joe Biden is winning, you guys. For sure. Everybody knows it. It's quite out. Yeah, all the pundits. And to be perfectly honest, it's Goldman Sachs who drives the op-eds on the wire for Wall Street. And it's going to be a huge victory for Wall Street. They want Joe Biden in. And the people are going to feel victorious because there's going to be prosperity. It's going to be a lot more distribution, because this is the citizens. It's not like Wall Street is going to be just taking billions and billions of taxpayers' dollars on stimulus packages. No. It's going to be prosperity for the people, and it's going to be a victory for the Joe Biden campaign and Wall Street. And this is how we're all going to feel. He's going to be basically letting us know that because we are in a pandemic, we are going to have to start over again with our safety measures. And that's so that we can save lives, because the only way we're going to do this as together we stand to fight against the virus. That's what it's going to feel like when Joe Biden wins. He's going to be encouraging us to take a deep, hard look. Yeah, at our practices regarding the coronavirus, so that we can be safe and we can finally kick this pandemic to the curb. He's also going to be starting investigations and reopening investigations which Attorney General Barr failed to pursue or prosecute. So we have a flurry of indictments and upcoming prosecutions to look forward to. Hello, live chatters. It's great to see you. Yeah, boycott NBC. And thank you for coming, live chatters, and thank you for coming, everyone, tonight. We've asked questions, and one of the questions we asked is about the Supreme Court nominees, specifically Brett Kavanaugh, and it turns out that there's even more damning evidence, dark money secrets against Justice Kavanaugh than we, the people, are aware of. And so the pursuit of the impeachment of Justice Brett Kavanaugh is going to be one of the first things up on the plate. We also looked at October 22nd. There is a hearing which Mitch McConnell has on the docket, a confirmation hearing for the nominee for the new Supreme Court Justice. I can't even say her name, Ms. Coathanger. And things are not going to go as right for Mitch McConnell. We have a Mars retrograde, a Uranus retrograde and a full-on Mercury retrograde during an election. Mercury is going to go direct into its shadow on November 4th, which is after the United States presidential election. So on October 22nd, something's not going to go completely right for Mitch McConnell to just slam through the confirmation hearing on Miss Amy, because it turns out that she may not be as legitimate as the GOP have said. Her ties and her deep state ties with campaign finance violations are out. Yeah, she might not be able to hold her seat. If she is confirmed, Biden could come back in and impeach her also and put her in prison. She looks really squirrely when she answers questions. She's extremely evasive. It's just, she looks uncomfortable, untruthful. It just isn't a good look. Hello, Asantewa, and welcome new people. Thank you for the likes and thanks for attending tonight. Please type your live chat political tarot questions in the live chat, and we'll have a topic to read on tonight. Mostly, I would love to hear what was your takeaway and what did you love most about the town hall. Meanwhile, I have blocked at Real Donald Trump on my Twitter feed, so I don't have to listen to his ranting. It works really well, the block button. And then Don Jr. came up, and then I blocked Don Jr. And I, of course, immediately blocked both MSNBC and NBC. I had warned people about Rachel Maddow, and I actually got kicked off one of the other channels for being a troll. I could tell you stuff about Rachel Maddow that you would not like. And I think Don Lemon is lousy. So has anyone had a chance to hear about the, I want to talk about the trials being halted because AstraZeneca's trials were moved overseas. They were paused first. Johnson & Johnson also halted theirs because their trial 2 patients got horrible neurologic side effects. And then there's another company that's completely halted their vaccine development. I can't remember their name. Oh, Eli Lilly. They've completely halted their vaccine research and production. Yeah, take into mind that SARS, there was development for a SARS vaccine years ago, and the CFR was 100% in trials, which meant that everyone who got the injections died during the trial. Now, I think the reason why AstraZeneca is moving them overseas is, and this is horrible, you guys, and I'm so sorry to say this, but they use places like Senegal where they inject the children because they know that the vaccines are bad. It's horrible. Yeah, doing forced vax trials in like West Africa, it's disgusting. Oh, wonderful. Here are some questions. Our first question is from Gma. Will something be done about the Federalists paying out money for judges? Okay, so we did just read that on October 22nd, Mitch McConnell is pushing forward for the confirmation hearing, and something's not going to go right regarding these payments to, regarding these payments. This is the Jeffrey Epstein connection, and this is the Ghislaine Maxwell connection. Look at that. Turns out there could be many connections to Jeff Epstein. Now, right now, Courtney Weil is pursuing at court. There's a lot of activity on the Ghislaine Maxwell case. And it turns out that the Federal Society, look at that, has ties to Ghislaine and Jeffrey Epstein. So what will be done about the connections? Paying the Federalists paying out money for judges. So it looks like there's a lot of ties to Ghislaine. What will be done about the Federalists paying money to buy judges at the Supreme Court? I just saw that Biden's going to be pursuing investigations on impeachment hearing for Kavanaugh. What will be done about the Federalists' dark money buying out the Supreme Court? This is saying nope, it doesn't want to be shuffled anymore. Read me. It's in hiding. The investigation is on hold. This isn't evidence. This is more of the investigation or the Justice Department. This is the investigation on hold. They're probably waiting until January. So let's just assume that it's January. What will be done? This is Ghislaine Maxwell at MDC. She's crying her heart out because she's stuck at the Metropolitan Detention Center. She's just stating a new plan because she is trying. There's a lot of activity on the GMAX hearings right now. So this is her using her money and her plan to try to affect things at court because the Courtney Weil lawsuit is going to overturn the plea deal that Alan Dershowitz cut. It's all about the money. They've got to follow the money trail, and the money trail goes to Ghislaine Maxwell. This is her ultimate card of manipulation. This is the judges' basic. This is the 9 judges at court right now. Okay, granted, there's an empty seat, but these are the justices at court swimming around in all their bribery money. We expected to get away with it. Because it's a setup. Yeah. So this is them basically getting away or running away. So the Federalist Society and the connection to GMAX and the dark money trail, that is basically controlling the Supreme Court justices right now, is going to get off. I'm telling you, this chick sitting at MDC, you have no idea how much pull she has. She was the one who set up Berman's firing by bribing those lobbyists who I think are both now under arrest, Berkman and Wohl. Yeah. See, I told you the investigation is on hold. They're going to try and there's a lot of people who are going to try and leave the country because they're criminals, you guys. And they're not going to want to be hanging out. So waiting for indictments to be served when they know they belong to the mafia. The next question. Is the early voting surge in favor of Biden or Trump? Well, that's going to be by state. Okay, so let's look at the swing states. Is the early voting turnout in the swing states, like Ohio, leaning towards the Democrat or the incumbent? Are the early votes turnout leaning towards a new administration, or are they really showing up in droves for early voting for the incumbent? That is a great question. Is the early voting turnout in places like Ohio and Florida, Wisconsin, Minnesota, is the early voter turnout, early voting in the swing states, voting pro-Biden or pro-Trump? Are the early voters voting in swing states like Ohio, Minnesota, Florida, voting for Biden or for Trump? I'm getting that they're both. Are the majority of the early voters showing up in swing states like Michigan, Minnesota, Wisconsin, Florida, Ohio, leaning for Biden or for Trump? Ooh, the smug merchant. This is somebody who's, like I said, somebody whose wish is to be fulfilled, which is Biden, and also someone who's feeling very smug because they're in the power position. So this is both Biden and Trump. Yep. Are they leaning? Are the early voters leaning towards Biden or Trump? Oh, this is easy. They're there to end the current incumbent's term. They want to get rid of Donald Trump. The early voters there are there because it's the end of Donald Trump's term. These are two parties working together to have a fair election, restore democracy. Republicans and Democrats and independents united to become the United States of America again. This is the hand of election interference. The GOP getting caught putting out fake ballot drop boxes. The evangelicals ballot harvesting inside of churches. Governor Abbott of the state of Texas removing ballot drop boxes. This is the hand of election interference. And you know what? It does not make the GOP look strong. It's an act of desperation. They are weak. This is an extremely weak position that the GOP in both the Senate and the incumbent are in. The poll numbers are just poll numbers, but the gap is widening, and that is very unusual. Normally, as the election progresses, the numbers start to come closer together. The gap is widening. It's going in the direction of Biden because of the coronavirus. Everyone is sick of their relatives, their businesses going bankrupt, watching their relatives get sick, watching their coworkers and colleagues die. They want a plan. They want a healthcare plan. This is all. They're showing up because they want healthcare and they want to get rid of Trump. This is the army of Democrats coming out to vote for Biden because they care. They care about getting along with their neighbors. They care about their own children. They care about their own grandchildren. Yeah, they're coming out. They're coming out because it's the end of Donald Trump's term. That is extremely clear. I think what these cards are saying, that it's the lack of a healthcare plan that's really doing him in at the voting booth. Nobody can deal with the fact that he's putting in this justice under this, or at least he's threatening to, Mitch McConnell's threatening to, during a pandemic, and messing with the ACA. It turns out that's why the people in Ohio, Michigan, you guys, it's fall, it's flu season. People are getting sick. By the time we get to the election, another 20,000 Americans will have perished. Can you even believe that? It's like 15 days away and like 20,000 more people will have perished. There are people who are dying of it who are not in the numbers. Let's just be real. They're not counting everybody. At first, they were jacking the numbers up so they could make money off the insurance claims. Once they put the end to that, now they're lowering the numbers because America has too high of a CFR. It's way up there. It's like way up there. The CFR is really high in America. It's like, it's not 1%. It's like 2.8 or something. Yay. All right. I think I'm going to take a question. Harris, yeah, the people like Harris in Texas are early voting. Are the Republicans squirming in their seats, such as Lindsey and many others? I don't actually know who Turtle is, and we try not to call names, but at the same time, we don't want to put too many names in. Asantiwa says, new report in 3 battleground states, Republicans out-registered Democrats 3-1 in Florida, Pennsylvania, North Carolina. Yes, that is true. In the battleground states, they are having record number of Republican registrations. And a lot of the Republicans are voting for Biden, you guys, and a lot of it's about the Senate race, okay, because they still want to be Republicans, and they can vote for Biden. I had a chat with my mom, and she's always voted Republican. Actually, not. She's voted Democrat and she's voted Republican, and I'm an independent voter. I don't believe in party politics. But I did chat with my mom, and it's quite interesting because she's pretty diehard, but she's smart enough to know when she's getting duped. And I just said, Mom, remember in the Civil War, we have a secret ballot so that you don't have to tell anybody who you voted for, kind of like nod and a wink, like you can vote for Joe Biden and still be a Republican, kind of like. And she's like, yeah, I get it. And I'm like, you don't have to tell anybody who you voted for. In other words, she can save face, and not argue with her neighbors or whatever, maintain her Republican registration and still vote for Joe Biden. And she and I just kind of nodded and a wink. So that's how a lot of people are dealing with it, because you know what? Grandma knows if they don't get this healthcare stuff together and her grandkid, my daughter, gets sick, who's going to be, cut off from their grandkid? Yeah, they can't see their grandkids. Grandma wants to see grandkids, and under Donald Trump, it ain't happening. That's right. And under Joe Biden, we will get this together, because we will be together, the United States of America. Yep. And I love Gma's comment. I hope Abbott gets out when he runs again. Oh, she hopes that Abbott will be voted out of office. I think they should say Betty, okay, we'll not say the name, is going to run against governor of Texas. I don't know that much about Texas. Will Texas turn blue? Will Texas actually take the votes for Biden at the Electoral College? Because it looks like they're really close. Is Cruz from Texas, Gma? I can't keep track of all these people. Oh, okay. Moscow Mitch. Okay. Well, let's talk Texas, because I heard Texas is going to turn the election. If Texas wins the Electoral College for the Democratic nominee, that's like huge, you guys. And I'll bet you they'll get rid of Abbott too. Will Texas win the Electoral College for Biden? And we want to get a yes here. All right, you guys, thumbs up. Thanks for the likes. Will Texas win the Electoral College for Joe Biden? Will Texas win the Electoral College for Joe Biden this November? Got to be specific with the cards. Will Texas win the Electoral College for Joe Biden this November? You guys, that would be phenomenal. That would be so great. Will Texas? Mutiny. They're walking away from the Republican Party. This is them leaving their red identity. They're saying no more of this. We're turning our backs on this red monopoly, this red ridiculous wall. Oh, the wall where they appropriated Yes. Look, right there on top, you guys. You cannot get a better card than the Ace of Swords. I'm chilled. I have chills running all over. Look, goosebumps. Look, I have goosebumps. Yeah. Texas is going to win the Electoral College for Joe Biden. The Ace of Swords. It's the truth. This reading is true. Overseeing this reading in the essence of the state of Texas is truth, justice, the United States Constitution, and yes, they're gonna win the Electoral College for Joe Biden. That's huge. This is how they feel about Donald Trump. They have an offer. They got an offer to get rid of Trump. They got an offer to cut the Republican Party because you know what? The Republican Party is the loser's party right now. I mean, it's losing all over the place. I mean, I've got to read on Amy McGrath after this. I told you so. They're tired of this unbelievable BS. This is the Nine of Swords. Okay. Donald Trump. This center line is actually Donald Trump worrying about losing Texas. Texas cut a deal. They got an offer recently because Trump's afraid of going to prison. It looks like somebody cut a deal to help Trump get away, and it has something to do with Texas. Look at that. Yeah, maybe he'll try and leave through the port of El Paso or something. When he tries to escape prosecution. Trump caught a deal because he knows he's losing. It doesn't matter whether or not Texas wins, but Texas is taken over the Electoral College. But it looks like the Mr. Deal basically said, I'm not going to leave without cutting a deal. So it looks like he made an offer. Yeah, he made an offer with somebody. Yep, but they're getting rid of him. Bye-bye, Trump. Yeah, they might be helping to ship him overseas just to get rid of him. So he can escape justice. All right. A unified plans of mass social distancing would have saved this economy, and we could have opened safely so much sooner. You know, the science is there. Even the countries that have done all that, are having a second set of infections, and the reason why is it mutates. And so one of the beautiful things about my spiritual practice is a concept of calling start from now. We do not have to beat ourselves up for all the mistakes and all the poor choices. Right now, we can start from right now. Today, we can social distance. Today, we can wear a mask. Because even the countries who have been really, really fastidious, please understand that these types of pandemics, other cultures who were much older than the United States of America, they've been using masks for centuries. And for them, emotionally and socially, it's not this big deal to put on a mask during a pandemic. It's like if you don't put on a mask, there's something wrong with you. As a matter of fact, you might be given a citation or hauled off to jail if you don't wear a mask. So it's a very different culture in America. I always wondered what would happen when Americans had to start to deal with some of these problems, and that they wouldn't act mature like Asian cultures. So we're a very young country. However, we're like toddlers. And a toddler is a stubborn little kid who doesn't want to wear their mask. It will absolutely cut back, but it will not prevent the virus from mutating into another strain. It just does that naturally. If anyone would like to know, I did put up the Whistleblower series and Whistleblower 3, which I purposefully made really like not clickbait, so like almost nobody will see it. I found out that the doctor who absolutely has verified that, yes, she's done the experiments in the laboratory, it's absolutely genetically engineered 100%. She was on Tucker Carlson the other day. He took her to the cleaners. He just went to town on her and made her look really bad. Who will win the Electoral College in which state? Yeah, let's keep manifesting blue. Okay, so Minerals Monday Live, this week we're going into the blue stones because we're moving up the chakras. You can see I've already got my sapphire blue, and we're going to be using sapphires because sapphires are blue and also come in very many colors. So it'll be a multi-rainbow of sapphires. And blue is the 5th chakra, which sits right above our hearts, and it's our seat of expression. Now we want to choose our words carefully, propitiously, and speak with a clear, loud voice. Yeah, and let's manifest the blue. And yes, the early voter turnout is pro-Biden. And yes, Texas is going to win the Electoral College for Biden, and for entertainment purposes only, and just what I, as an intuitive and a psychic, have from a set of tarot cards. And what the universe chooses to share with us. All right. John Cornyn from Texas is a very tight race. Yeah, thanks for putting the reminder of us on to hiya, Crystal. Good to see ya. Okay, so who will win the Electoral College nationwide? Okay, so will it be the Republicans or the Democrats? So let's get this set of cards. Who will win the Electoral College nationwide? Now, I heard from, by the way, I'm super excited. This is like the happy part. State of Oregon is 100% mail-in voting. And I'm registered. I'm cool. I think our registration is complete on the 16th, which was today. Yesterday, the news came out. There's not a lot of news here. It's like if you want to watch news, you have to wait a week, see if something happened. And it came out. The post office actually mailed out over 200,000 ballots. Yesterday, on the 15th, they will be arriving beginning today, the 16th, all the way through Monday if I do not receive my mail-in ballot. Between now and Monday, my electoral office, each county has an election office, said to call them on Tuesday. So my mail-in vote, it will be arriving, and then she told me exactly where my real official ballot drop box is, and then I will be voting on Tuesday, putting it in the ballot drop box. Yay! And lucky for me, I have a good senator who I can reelect, Merkley. Okay, so let's look at each of the Electoral College votes. We'll have one side for the Democrats and one side for the Republicans. And that way it'll be a nice neutral reading. Let's look at the results of the Electoral College wins for the Democrats and the Republicans. This is Go Democrats. And this is Go Republicans for the Electoral College election results. Ooh, the Republicans are very unclear. Theirs is like really sticky, murky energy. Okay, let's just overturn the cards so we can see them. Whoa, it's a reverse reading. It means that things aren't going to go as usual on election night, you guys. Tabulating the votes is going to be sticky because someone doesn't want to concede. The victory goes to the Democrats. However, it's a reverse victory because of an interference from overseas. This is an overseas connection, the Three of Wands. This is an invasive overseas connection. So, yeah, in reality, the victory of the Electoral College goes to the Democratic Party. However, you can see the reverse chariot means that the results are going to come in slowly. That it will not be a quick set of results. Here's delusion and illusion. At the time of the election night, be aware, this is the reverse Seven of Cups. There's going to be a lot of fake everything. People are going to be extremely confused. It's going to be upsetting. It's going to be emotional. It's going to be insane. Like it's upside down the world. So worry not if election night doesn't go as planned, because the judgment, which is the result of the election, which is a victory of the Democrats at the Electoral College, there's going to be an attempt to overturn the results of the Electoral College. That's what this is saying, a reverse judgment. Okay? Now, this is the end of the president's term. Okay, it's a reverse death. So the whole reading's reverse. This, by the way, doesn't mean that the president is going to expire. Okay, no one's out to end his life. This is the end of the president's term. This is saying that the Electoral College votes didn't come in. They're just, it's dead. It's like a landslide for Biden. However, the temporary lovers reversed means that there's going to be a temporary situation which is going to attempt to reverse the sudden death of the GOP. This is the end of Donald Trump's term. He's going to do everything he can to turn it upside down. But this is the breakout at the White House. This is basically saying, oh, this is great, that people voted against him en masse and gave Joe Biden a landslide victory because his coronavirus outbreak at the White House just made him look so bad. Wow. This is the only card that's not reversed. There's going to be an investigation started on Donald Trump and the GOP, literally the night of the election, because his attempt to overturn the Electoral College is not going to be successful. They're going to start an investigation into the election interference on November 3rd. No. Donald Trump is not winning the Electoral College. Okay, the reason why the pro-Trump extremists are so desperate is and why they're doing ballot harvesting and voter suppression is they realize that even when voters in places like North Carolina register Republican in numbers 3-1, in the end, the popular vote for the United States of America will always lean toward a populist vote, which means currently the Republican Party is representing a minority, which is the pro-hate group. So don't be complacent, and please don't get upset if things go really wonky on election night and Donald Trump tweets his way into more problems, because literally there is going to be a specific investigation open into the election interference, because it's been over the top. I mean, putting up fake boxes in the state of California. Seriously. How much more desperate can you be? Yay, Gma! Thank you for voting on Monday. Thank you. Yes, I'll be voting on Tuesday. Oh, thank you, Crystal. It's nice to see you too. All right. Oh, great question. Will there be enough early voters to know? Excuse me. Now I understand. That's a great question. Let's chat about the vote count. So each county certifies its election results, and as I mentioned prior, the news from Portland and Salem are that all the mail-in ballots for the state of California are being mailed out as of yesterday. They're on their way. Each state counts differently, so until each county certifies the results, all they have is what's called a projected winner based on a percentage of votes counted. So in a very tight race, it could take, they said that in the state of Oregon, and once again, it varies per state, the county elections office doesn't certify the vote for 20 days, and then the state certifies it 10 days after. So it actually takes 30 days to certify an election. So that's going to be 30 days of like Donald Trump tweeting massacre like we don't need. So will there be enough early votes counted? Will there be enough early votes counted to project a high percentage for the results on election night? That's going to vary by state. Will there be enough early votes counted to project the winner on election night? Will there be enough early votes counted to project a high percentage of election results on election night? And then I've got to read on Jamie Harrison, because that whole thing with Lindsey Graham, the dude has a major chance of unseating Lindsey Graham. Will there be enough early ballots counted to have a high percentage of projected results on election night? No. Queen of Wands is once again, the state has to certify the results. So before the state can certify the results, the counties have to. And because it's too much work, they're overwhelmed with the amount of ballots and counting. And it's during a pandemic, so the amount of volunteers and everyone that it takes will cause a delay. Not all the early votes will be able to be counted before election night. So that's why it's really important to realize that the election's results must be certified before it's just a projected scenario. So the answer is no. Okay. Gma says Chris Christie is saying he was wrong to consider the White House a safe zone. Due to testing that he and many others underwent every day, they assumed it was safe. Oh, they thought that because they were being tested every day, it was safe. Oh, wow. I think Chris Christie still has what's known as a mild case, but you know what? You're sick as a freaking dog from what I hear. Like, even mild cases going to the hospital, like, I don't even want to talk about what that stuff does. Oh, God, it's so nasty. I just look at it this way. It's going around and you don't want it. Yeah, Asante makes a very good point, is they've got to deal with the ballot harvesting, stealing, and destruction of ballots. Because I'm a poll worker, I'm still getting the alerts from my old county, even though I'm not there. These people who think that they're going to get away with this stuff don't understand how it really works. Each ballot is tracked. There's no such thing as a lost ballot. Every county election office knows what happens to each and every ballot. And they check against the signatures. Yeah, that's how they verify. It's against the signatures for mail-in. Yeah, so Christopher Ray is right that there is way less fraud, hardcore ballot fraud. By the time something gets to a county election office, they know if it's a fraudulent ballot. It's so obvious. They don't count them, and they investigate that stuff, major, big time. My big concerning is about electioneering, specifically what's known as poll watching. There's a specific certification you have to go through in order to be an authorized poll watcher. Every day, Mary, Dick, Joe, or Jane is not allowed to go poll watch to oversee the poll. What they're doing is called electioneering, and that's a criminal offense. And they're not upholding the electioneering laws. They're allowing people to go and basically harass people at the polls. So that is really voter intimidation. And that's a crime called electioneering. There's a line, like there's amount of feet. Like if they want to do it the next block over, that's one thing. Like if the line for voting goes 2 blocks long and at the third block over, they're electioneering, I think that's legal. But if it's within that allocated space of however many feet from the polling place, they're not allowed to be seen or heard. So if their bullhorn can still be heard, or they have a sky plane riding, overhead that everyone can see who's right there at the door of the polling place. They're not allowed to obstruct the door or not allow you to get in. All of that's not legit. And my concern is that they're not upholding the electioneering laws. Oh, well, everybody, I'm going to take one more question because it is late and getting our rest is super important. Before we take our last question, I want to thank everyone for coming today, and I look forward to seeing you on our Sapphires show, which is going to be Monday at noon Pacific. It's in the afternoon. On Monday afternoons, we'll be doing our 6th chakra expression with the sapphires and the color blue. And I think we're going to stay on the color blue for a couple of weeks. Yeah. Blue is so calm. And I just want to re-mention that I've had this incredible feeling of calm over the last week, that all this insanity, and I blocked at Real Donald Trump on my Twitter feed, is about to end, and we're going to have this beautiful harmony and peace, reunited with our neighbors, joy and happiness, even though we still have a horrible pandemic to deal with, and we have to be more serious about this thing. We're going to have a unified plan for healthcare. Yeah. So the votes being counted electronically, I'm concerned actually about data manipulation. So let's see if, the Russian deck is singing to me. That's not a good sign. Will the vote, well, I think that that's okay as long as they've backed them up with paper ballots. But I'm concerned that, there's going to be data manipulation with the electronic votes. Will the United States be tabulating their electronic votes without interference from Ivanka Trump specifically? God, these people are so mafia. It's just so mafia. Will we be tabulating the electronic data without manipulation or interference? We want to get a yes on this one. Will we be able to, oh God, this sounds horrible to even ask it that way. Will the United States be free from foreign interference tabulating the electronic votes? Will the United States be free from foreign interference tabulating the electronic votes? Will the United States be free from election interference tabulating the electronic votes? The Tower. It's the end of the Trump dynasty. There's nothing they can do to stop themselves from failing. No act of sabotage, no electioneering, no amount of money thrown at the GOP party. Turtle can't save him. Lady G can't save him. It's bye-bye Trump crime family, along with the cabinet. No more Louis DeJoys. No more Betsy DeVos's. No more Gomerts. No more Chad Wolf's. Bye-bye. Will we be tabulating the electronic votes without interference? This is interesting. It doesn't really say yes, and we really want a yes on this one. I hate to say it, but 2 of Cups is a marriage. That's Jared and Ivanka overseeing the electronic vote count. Oh, this is bad news. 8 of Swords. This is the data being bound and tied. This is the data being manipulated. Why? Because of the sudden ruin of Ivanka and Jared. They know they're going down. they've decided that they want to tabulate the votes and have the election results themselves. This is crazy, you guys. They're going to try this. They're going to try it. In the end, they're going to lose. They're not going to be successful. The Five of Cups is the loss. Now, they're going to try. They're going to try. They're going to try. That's Ivanka and Jared right there at the top. Two of Cups. Can you believe that? I love tarot for entertainment purposes only. It's just an intuitive and a psychic set of tarot cards. Yeah, right. Nod, and a wink. Hello, Ashta. It is very simple, and it looks like Ivanka and Jared are going to make an attempt at manipulating it due to the fact that they're going down and they are ruined. They know they're ruined. However, in the end, the Five of Cups says, nope, it's their loss. They're not going to get away with it, but they're going to make an attempt. You guys, Chris Ray is onto it. I do recommend watching Glenn Kirshner's YouTube channel. He is an experienced prosecutor, and he's been sharing tons of information. And he is right. You know, we talk a lot about Trump, but it's really Bill Barr. It's really Bill Barr. It's kind of like the bad mayor at one of those funky old Western towns, and they've just got a bad sheriff. He reminds me of the sheriff of Nottingham. Bill Barr and the sheriff of Nottingham. They're henchmen. Okay. All right. Hi, Ashta. We have time for one more question. Do you have a question? Because we're going to be wrapping it up. And my favorite quote tonight from the town hall is that Donald Trump said he was going to make America first. Donald Trump make America first has made America alone. When we have Joe Biden as president, he really emphasized that he will be able to reestablish the ties with NATO, and we will be back in good graces with our allies. Right now, we stand alone. Oh, darling, we're not doing personal readings. We're having political tarot, specifically about the United States elections. Yeah. Please come on Monday so you can come to the meditation, because we're going to be meditating using our sapphire stones to clear our voices. And that way you can call in your husband. Because of course you have a husband. In my spiritual practice, we have more than 5,000 potential mates who are on planet Earth at any time. All we need to do is be open to receiving love from them. And then you'll have your gate open to meet potential suitors. And you need more than one, darling. No girl wants to have one boyfriend. She always wants a selection of eligible bachelors. Good question. Oh, no problem, darling. We're happy to meet you in the live chat. And do remember that your husband is already here. That time is just a human constraint. So the time that you have to connect body to body may not be now, but spiritually you can already go ahead and connect with him because he's already here. Okay? Is Trump aware of his outcome? Is Trump aware that he's losing the election? Does Trump know he's losing the election? That's a great question. Does Trump know he's losing the election? That's a great question. I think he's in denial. I think he's under delusion. I think he thinks that he can somehow maintain power. He's struggling emotionally. He can't quite come to terms with what's really happening. He thinks that it's everybody else's fault. He wants to blame everybody else for him losing. He does know he's losing. He absolutely does. The devil. Oh, man. Does Trump know he's losing the election? Yeah, and so does Attorney General Bill Barr. Donald Trump isn't as in charge as we need him to be. The office of the president needs to be not co-opted and coerced by foreign policies and foreign entities. We need an office of the president who isn't tied to billions. He owes more than $421 million. Billions of dollars of debt. This man is a national security threat. He can't go overseas. This is Attorney General Bill Barr. Bill Barr knows Trump's losing. At the very center of the reading, Trump is delusional. This is the card of insanity. This is the Seven of Cups. He is insane. He thinks that by pulling a magic rabbit out of his hat, he can maintain power. This is saying that Donald Trump is literally out of his mind. He cannot come to terms. He does not believe he's losing. He feels his connections to Ghislaine Maxwell and Jeff Epstein, and the corruption is going to save him. No. The coronavirus. It's coronavirus in every set of cards I'm pulling tonight. This is the Six of Cups. Donald Trump knows the White House, his family, has been infected with coronavirus. He knows he doesn't have a plan, and he knows that the pandemic hasn't been handled well, and people are coming out to vote for the future of their children and grandchildren and for health care. This is also saying that he is deluding himself about the coronavirus. Like he's pretending it doesn't exist. His plan is to just dream it away. Okay, the Five of Swords is very important because we ask about Donald Trump knowledge. Okay, he has been advised by his cabinet members and advisors that he had better make plans now, because not only is he losing, the Senate is losing power. Mitch McConnell will no longer be the majority leader. That's right. And Amy McGrath might actually win. Let's just do a quick reading on her before we go. But he cannot come to terms with the fact that he's lost the election. That's what this is saying. He's literally delusional. He wants to blame it on everybody else. And his advisors are telling him, you better make plans to leave now. Overseen with help from Attorney General Barr, while Barr is still in power, because, like I said, the cabinet will change with the new administration. And last but not least, I would love to do a reading on Amy McGrath. I would also love to give my support to Jamie Harrison to defeat Lindsey Graham, but let's check out Amy McGrath. Amy McGrath. Will Amy McGrath win the election. Will Amy McGrath win the election? Because that news, oh God, did you guys see the debate? McConnell versus McGrath. If you have never in your life seen the face of pure evil, that man, that wicked, disgusting excuse of a man and his wicked laugh, I found out he lost so many polling points. Will Amy McGrath win the Senate election this November? Will Amy McGrath unseat Mitch McConnell? He looks like he's in trouble now. Will Amy McGrath unseat Mitch McConnell? Because Mitch is pushing this thing through with the SCOTUS judge to take away people's health care during a coronavirus outbreak. Excuse my facial expressions, but if you, oh God, I mean, the face of pure, that laugh, wicked. Oh, wicked, wicked. Aw, thank you, Ms. Bardwa. We're so happy to see you here. Will Amy McGrath win the Senate seat by magic? Yes. Yes, by magic. It's a magic trick. She's pulling all the right strings. She's doing all the right stuff. She's getting an amazing amount of campaign contributions. Oh, this is so excited. Will Amy McGrath win? Yes, it's a victory. Uh-oh. Yes, the victory's at this. This looks good. However, there's some weirdness. This is the judgment that the people have made against Mitch McConnell. They're choosing Amy. This is the card of victory for Amy McGrath. Yes, she is going to win. This is the card of cutting away and getting rid of that which we do not want, having to make a choice to say goodbye to Mitch. Amy McGrath wins. Okay, because of the social media, because of that debate, because of all the social media posts that came out. These are all her supporters on social media. The world card is social media. Amy McGrath wins against Mitch McConnell because they need to cut out what they saw on that TV. However, we have a reverse Ace of Swords. Normally, this is like a hardcore yes, and it's not a hardcore no. It says that something about the yes isn't going to come out properly. So let's get clarity on that. She's going to win, you guys. It's going to be a trick of hand, a sleight of hand. But why are we seeing the reverse? Oh, this is evidence. This is someone in the Department of Justice who does not want Amy McGrath to win. That's election interference. This is the Democratic Party winning. She's going to win. She's going to win. But they have to recount the votes. Looks like there's going to have to be a vote recount on McGrath versus McConnell. This looks like a vote recount. Initiated by some player, like who would be this guy who wants the vote recount? Oh. These are the Republicans who want to vote recount because they can't figure out how come. They're going to put pressure. They're going to put pressure on the state to recount the Amy McGrath. Ooh, that's going to be a close race, you guys. Oh, I did see Mark Esper getting escorted out in handcuffs. Oh, I've never seen anything like it. All right, my beautiful lovelies. Thank you so much for attending tonight. If you feel inspired to make a donation, my PayPal link is in the description box, and it helps to offset the cost of purchasing supplies and helps to bring the channel to flourish so others can join in. Thank you, everyone, for coming tonight, and I look forward to seeing you on our Bluestone series beginning this Monday at noon Pacific. Love to all. Namaste. Sleep well, knowing we have a beautiful new administration on its way. Good night.